Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down some of the absolute most mind-blowing, hidden superpowers of the animal kingdom. You know, we humans, we tend to think we're pretty advanced, right? But as you're about to see, the natural world is just packed with real-life superheroes. We're talking abilities that completely defy logic, physics, and honestly, our wildest imaginations. So let's jump right into it.
Okay, so get this bizarre fact. Scientists actually discovered that rats laugh. Seriously, back in 2016, researchers were basically just playing with these little rodents, tickling their bellies, and they found it activated a laugh center located right in their midbrain. When they recorded the audio, the rats were letting out these tiny, high-pitched, squeaky giggles. It's just this amazing reminder that things like complex emotions and playfulness, they aren't just human traits. They're wired into even the tiniest of creatures.
To set the pace here, take a look at the hummingbird. Their heart beats a staggering 1,200 times per minute. To put that into perspective for you, an elite human athlete pushes maybe 200 beats per minute during extreme physical exertion. That massively accelerated heartbeat makes up about 2.5% of the bird's total body weight, and it's absolutely crucial. Without it, they couldn't pull off their signature backward flight or flap their wings up to 15 times a second.
Section 1. Bizarre Body Mechanics.
Take the pistol shrimp. Now, this little guy is only about 3/4 of an inch long, but it's somehow one of the loudest animals in the entire ocean. When it senses food, it opens up a massive claw, one that's almost half its body length, lets water in, and then snaps it shut so incredibly fast that it shoots out a jet of bubbles. And when those bubbles pop, they literally create an underwater sonic boom that stuns its prey. I mean, that is supersonic weaponry built right into a tiny crustacean.
Or check out the bombardier beetle. When this bug feels threatened, it doesn't just run away. It literally cooks up a chemical explosion right inside its own abdomen. It has these special internal reservoirs that mix chemicals together, rapidly heating them straight to the boiling point. Then the beetle sprays this scorching, toxic gas out of its backside with a loud pop. It's basically an internal combustion engine used entirely for self-defense. Absolutely wild.
Section 2. How animals see the world.
While we humans are kind of stuck seeing a very limited spectrum of colors, the animal kingdom unlocks entire hidden layers of reality. Birds, for instance, have ultraviolet receptors in their eyes. That lets them navigate better and even spot potential mates in ways that are completely invisible to us. And snakes? They use special infrared-sensitive receptors right on their snouts. In pitch darkness, they can literally see the radiated body heat of warm-blooded mammals.
And you know that simple, everyday city pigeon? Well, it turns out they have twice as good a vision as a human. They boast a near-panoramic 340-degree field of view. That means they can see almost completely behind themselves without even turning their heads. So next time you try to sneak up on one, just remember, you are pretty much in their direct line of sight the whole time.
Now contrast that with cows. Cows actually lack the retinal receptors to see the color red. Entirely. To a cow, the world only exists in varying shades of blue, green, and yellow. Which means, yeah, you guessed it, all those classic cartoons of angry bulls charging at a red cape? Total myth. They're just reacting to the sudden jerky movements of the fabric, not the color red at all.
Section 3. The Sounds of Ancient Giants.
Let's rewind the clock, because ancient Earth was home to terrifying giants that make our modern predators look like cute little house pets. Imagine a sea turtle excavated in Spain that measured 12 feet long. That's literally 2 Michael Jordans stacked end to end. Then you've got the Spinosaurus, a 60-foot aquatic dinosaur with a crocodile face weighing 22 tons. Oh, and perhaps the craziest evolutionary glow-up ever, the blue whale. The largest animal on Earth today actually evolved from a 6-foot-long, 4-legged land mammal that walked around nearly 48 million years ago.
Now, if you were to somehow encounter a megalodon, that massive prehistoric shark, you wouldn't actually hear a terrifying roar. Sharks don't have vocal organs. Instead, you'd experience this quiet, immense danger. As it opened its colossal jaws, you would just hear the massive, rushing waterfall sound of ocean water rapidly flowing through its giant gills.
It turns out Hollywood got a lot of this stuff wrong. Thanks to modern CT scans of ancient skulls, we know the mighty T-Rex didn't roar like a lion. Actually, it produced a low, terrifying hum through its nostrils, kind of like a giant bee or a low siren. And the Parasaurolophus? It used a giant bone crest on its head as a literal wind instrument, pushing air through winding cranial mazes to trumpet through the forest. It sounded like a bizarre mix between a goose and a trombone.
Section 4. Surprising Animal Parenting.
Believe it or not, an apex predator like a female crocodile demonstrates some of the gentlest parenting in the wild. After carefully digging her hatchlings out of the dirt, she will gently scoop up to 15 newly hatched babies at a time right into her terrifying toothy mouth. Her instincts literally stop her from closing her jaws, so she turns one of the most dangerous mouse on the planet into a completely safe, secure cradle to transport her young to the water.
Emperor penguins also go to absolutely incredible extremes for their young. The parenting duties are split up with strict military precision. The father braves freezing, sub-zero elements, literally balancing the egg on his feet for weeks just to keep it warm. Meanwhile, the mother travels up to 50 miles across the harsh ice just to reach the ocean, hunt, and bring back a warm seafood meal to regurgitate for the newborn.
And of course, we can't talk about parenting without mentioning female African elephants. They create these incredibly tight-knit support systems. Elephant herds are matriarchal, so when a baby is born, the entire herd acts as a village. Older aunts actually step in to assist with the birthing process. And when they migrate, they travel in strategic, protective circles to make sure the calves are fiercely guarded in the center at all times. They'll even deliberately slow down the pace of their multi-ton herd just so the little ones don't get tired.
So from the boiling chemical spray of a tiny beetle, to the panoramic vision of a pigeon, all the way to the gentle, complex family structures of massive elephants, the animal kingdom is just bursting with hidden complexities. We are literally surrounded by superheroes. So the question I want to leave you with is this: if you could inherit just one of these wild superpowers, which one would you choose? Thanks for joining this explainer, and keep exploring.